Have you ever wondered what the absolute core of the Christian faith is? If you had to boil it all down to one single, history-altering event, what would it be? The answer might surprise you. It's not just about a wise teacher or a good man who lived 2,000 years ago. It's about an empty tomb. It's about the resurrection. This single event is the foundation upon which everything else stands. Without it, the entire structure of Christianity crumbles. The Apostle Paul, one of the most influential figures in the early church, put it this way: if Christ has not been raised, our preaching is useless, and so is your faith. That's how crucial this is. So, let's journey back to that Sunday morning. The followers of Jesus were scattered, grieving, and terrified. Their leader, the one they believed was the Messiah, had been brutally executed. Their hopes were dead and buried right along with him in a borrowed tomb. Mary Magdalene and the other women went to the tomb, not expecting a miracle, but to perform the customary burial rites with spices and perfumes. They were simply doing the last loving thing they could for their teacher. Imagine their shock when they arrived. The massive stone that sealed the entrance was rolled away. They peered inside, and the tomb was empty. This wasn't a case of a misplaced body. The Roman guards, the heavy stone, the official seal, everything was designed to prevent exactly that. The religious leaders who had pushed for Jesus' execution even went to Pilate, the Roman governor, to secure the tomb because they were afraid the disciples might steal the body and claim he had risen. So, when the tomb was found empty, it wasn't just a surprise, it was an impossibility by human standards. It was a divine disruption. The grave clothes Jesus was wrapped in were still there, lying in place, as if the body had simply passed right through them. This wasn't a robbery, it was a resurrection. And then, the appearances began. Not just to one or two people in a dark room, but to many, in broad daylight, over a period of 40 days. Jesus appeared to Mary Magdalene first. He walked with two disciples on the road to Emmaus, explaining the scriptures to them. He appeared to Peter, and then to the rest of the disciples huddled together in a locked room. He even ate with them to prove he wasn't a ghost. He showed them the wounds in his hands and his side. One disciple, Thomas, famously said he wouldn't believe unless he could touch the wounds himself. A week later, Jesus appeared again and invited Thomas to do just that. And it didn't stop there. The Bible records that he appeared to more than 500 of his followers at one time. Think about that. 500 witnesses. In any court of law, that volume of eyewitness testimony would be overwhelming. These weren't people who were predisposed to believe in a resurrection. They were skeptical, they were scared, and they had to be convinced. And they were. They were so convinced that these once frightened followers were transformed into bold proclaimers of the message that Jesus is alive. They faced persecution, imprisonment, and even death, not for a myth or a lie they concocted, but for a reality they had seen with their own eyes.